So a couple minutes ago, a Variety post came out talking about certain situations that are happening at Marvel Studios, and I just wanted to give my 2 cents on it and break it down to you on here. So the first piece of information that was revealed on the Variety post, on the Variety article, sorry, was that Mahershala Ali was tempted to leave the Blade project because of how bad the scripts have been. Blade has had such a rough production storyline, but the positive is that the writer of the screenplay writer for Logan, Michael Green, he's now been put onto the project. So that gives me a little bit more hope because I absolutely love Logan. It's one of my favorite superhero films. I absolutely love it. So that gives me a little bit more hope. And the film is budgeted for the film's looking to budget at least $100 million or a little bit less than that, which uh, it could work depending on how grounded it is, but who knows? It could be upped a little bit more. And I think if Marvel wants to like regain people's hope, I think they need to start doing a little bit more smaller scale stories. And I think with Blade, it's good enough for them to do a small scale story. Then the second piece of information that was revealed in the Variety article was the whole Jonathan Majors situation and how Marvel is now thinking about pretty much reworking the multiverse saga to have Doctor Doom be the overall villain and pretty much move away from the Kangs and the Council of Kings and all that stuff. I don't like that because they've been setting up the Kangs, and me personally, I don't. I know people love Doctor Doom. I know people want him to be like this big villain, but I can't connect with Doctor Doom. I've always seen him as a Fantastic Four villain. That's all he is to me. He's not a massive of like world-ending threat. I know they did that for the Secret Wars storyline, but I'm just like I don't want them to do that with uh with with Doctor Doom. I just feel like he should be a character that's set up for the Fantastic Four that slowly progresses to be a villain for the Fantastic Four and not be this overall villain that wants to destroy the whole multiverse to take over it or whatever. And then the final piece of information that has been brought on is that Marvel is considering, they haven't like fully delved into the idea yet, but they're considering making a film with the 6 OG Avengers. Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr., Scarlett Johansson, Jeremy Renner, Mark Ruffalo, and Chris Hemsworth, all 6 of them coming back to do an Avengers film. Now, they haven't fully sold on this idea yet. They're just thinking about it, but in my personal opinion, I feel like they could, like, if they want to do this, they should do this as an animated what if film. Either that or an animated prelude film that takes place before the events of Age of Ultron, with the Avengers, more of the battle of the Avengers versus Hydra. That's how I see it. Having the actors be in animated form, that's how I want it to be. I don't want them to bring them in. Sorry about that. I don't want them to bring them in live action. I feel like there's no purpose for them to do that. If they put them in animated form and just have it either be a what if story or just have it be a prelude to like Age of Ultron, I could work with that. Or just even have a film where it's an Avengers film that takes place in the 5 year time gap, because we don't have. I would really love to see a project that took place in the 5 year time jump, in the 5 year time gap. But whatever. Let me know down in the comments what are your thoughts about these certain situations. I still have love for Marvel. I still think that, excuse me, I do agree that Marvel has been having some lows, that they're not as glorious as they were in 2019 as their peak. But I've said this before, 2019 was their peak. In my opinion, I figured that they were never going to go back to that. But the whole situation that they've been going through right now, it is kind of troubling times, and I don't know. It's I don't want to say it's rough to be a Marvel fan right now, but it's definitely rough for Marvel Studios right now. But hopefully they can pull it off. Hopefully they can rise from the ashes, or not the ashes. They can rise from the drought once again.